It's Therese, and today is Wednesday, November 25th. I am exactly 2 weeks post-op today, and I actually wasn't going to make a video today, but I was at my surgeon's office unexpectedly for about 3 hours, and I thought I'd come on and talk about that. I guess this is my first semi-complication, not really an all-out complication, more like an inconvenience. But, and I still consider myself very lucky because I've had to deal with so little. And, anyway, so I'm going to talk about that, and I'll talk about my weight loss right up front. I lost 4 pounds before my liquid diet. I lost 18 pounds on my liquid diet, and I've lost a total of 36 pounds altogether. So I'm down from 279 and I'm at 241. I'm sorry, I wish 379 and I'm down to 341. So I'm pleased with that. That's, quite a bit of weight lost in just about a month. And I stalled at 1 week out, I lost like 11 pounds. And then for 5 days, I stayed at like 345, and then I would go up a pound, 346. Then I'd go down a pound to 345 and a half, or, and then finally on the 6th day, I went down from 345 to 343, and I've lost a pound every day since then, so I'm down to 341. So I'm thinking that was water, just, from the hospital, or I don't know, whatever. But I was a little bit annoyed. I was starting to get, oh my God, I'm the one person in the world that weight loss surgery doesn't work for. And I've heard everybody goes through that at one point. So, that was just my turn, and I'm sure there'll be many, many more of those in my future. About what happened today, starting on Sunday, I started having a pain. I don't know if I can kind of turn this down. Yeah, that won't work so well if I do that. Anyway, I started having a pain in my left side, right below my ribs, right below my very last rib on the left side. And initially, what it felt like was when you take a drink of water, too much water, or you have a meal, and then you try to exercise, or you run, or you do something vigorous, and you get that stab, that right into your side. That's how it felt. And at first it was happening like when I'd take a breath. I'd be talking or, walking or whatever, and I'd just go to breathe, and all of a sudden it would stop me because of the sharp pain. And then Sunday I did some laundry and some housework, and as I was walking around, cleaning up the living room and picking up laundry and that kind of stuff, it was hurting every time I bent down. And as the day wore on, it got worse and worse, and by the end of the evening, I couldn't bend down anymore. And it's like a constant, very level, pain. It doesn't really change. It's always there, but it's bearable unless I bend down. And when I bend down, Sunday night I went to pick up my car at the shop, and when I bent down to pick up the receipt from the floorboard, I saw stars. It hurt so badly. And then Monday morning, I went back to work. So I was excited. It was nice to get back into the routine. And I'd missed my students and my coworkers. And so it was really nice to be back at work. And everybody was great and helped me and all that. But I couldn't bend over at all. And I was, I dropped something or need to pick up a student, because I deal with 1-year-olds and 2-year-olds, and I couldn't, so it was frustrating. So I called my surgeon's office Monday and told them what was going on, and they said, no, it's not normal. It could be that you pulled a muscle, or it could be a wound infection, but you can come in right now and we'll see you, or you can wait, you can see if it goes away. Well, I thought maybe I just pulled a muscle, and it wasn't excruciating all the time, only when I bent over, so it was something I could deal with. It wasn't interfering in my work. I mean, mostly. I just can't bend over. So I let it go. I came home Monday night. I took some of my Loratab that the doctor prescribed and went to bed. Woke up Tuesday morning. It was not as bad, so I thought, okay, it was a pulled muscle. It's getting better. By the end of Tuesday evening, it was back to where I couldn't bend over anymore. So today, I called the doctor right away because I was afraid if I don't call, then it's a holiday. Tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Friday the office is closed. Saturday and Sunday the office is closed. And I didn't want to end up in the emergency room because the nurse said, if it gets bad in the middle of the night or on the weekend, you'll have to go to the ER. So that was not what I wanted to do. So I thought I better go in today. So I left work. I called the doctor about 8:45 this morning, and I told them what was going on, and she said, you need to come in right away. I wanted to go in this afternoon so I could work my morning, and they said, no, the doctor won't be in. So I left about 5 to 9, and I didn't leave there until, I don't know, 11:45. It was a really long morning. They were really packed. They only had one doctor seeing all the patients. Anyway, what it ended up being, it was not life-threatening. It's not an infection or, anything like that. What it is that somewhere near my diaphragm, below my ribs, when they did the surgery, they closed up that hole that can cause a hernia. And I know some surgeons close the hole, some surgeons don't close the hole. My surgeon always closes the hole on all the patients. And when they closed that hole, they trapped a nerve in that stitch. And it hurts like a bitch. It is really painful. And while I had thought the pain was actually near my lower left incision, but he was pushing, but since it was so deep and so far in, I couldn't really pinpoint it on the outside. But I was laying down and he started pressing under my ribs, and it was like his hand was inside my abdomen and he was just squeezing it. It hurt really badly. So he said right away, trapped nerve. It's transient, which means it will eventually go away. There's nothing they can really do. The only thing they could do was he said he could do something called a field block, which basically they take this big, I'm sorry, excuse my language, but they take this big ass needle and they fill it with lidocaine and they stick it right where it hurts. They just, and the needle was so big they actually had to go down to OR to get it because they didn't even have one in the office. And he said, we can do the procedure and there was a 50-50 chance it will work. So, and he said, and it'll work for the next 6 weeks. You won't have, it'll, by the time it wears off, it will already be gone. So you won't have the pain again. So I said to go ahead and do it. It was really painful. They stuck the needle in and then he moved it around and then he took it out and he filled it with more lidocaine and stuck it back in the same hole again and moved it around. And it was probably 3 minutes of really uncomfortable, nauseating, painful, disgusting, just really, and I was by myself and I wished my mommy was there or my husband to hold my hand. But, and I was real shaky for like an hour or two afterwards, just the whole experience. I mean, I was just, I was literally shaking because it was so uncomfortable. But anyway, to make a long story short, it did not work. So I still have the pain, but I guess it was worth a shot. So basically they said I have to use the Loratab, I just have to suffer through it. And, I have not had any regrets since my surgery, and I still don't have any regrets. I would do it all in a heartbeat. I would do it all again. Honestly, I know there will probably be other small complications or maybe even big things or, inconveniences, and really it would have to be pretty bad for me to have regrets because this is something that I know will save my life, and I was headed nowhere except to an early grave, at almost 400 pounds. So no, I have no regrets, and the pain is something I can deal with. So anyway, that's kind of what's been going on with me. I'm approaching 10 minutes, so wanted to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. And my plan for Thanksgiving is to eat an egg, probably, and maybe a teaspoon of mashed potatoes and a teaspoon of the inside of a sugar-free pie. So Anyway, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Thanks for watching, and I hope everybody's doing great. Bye.